what I love about the Rocco deck is, in the past, whenever I've played or played against Devoted Druid decks in Modern, okay, this is the rare one-land keep where we can go Cookbook, discard Manufactor, untap, unearth Manufactor, Cookbook, or, you know, a few different lines. I think we're playing against Prowess because they have Arid Mesa. But like in the past, like when I've played with and against Devoted Druid decks, it just so often feels like you're not playing, you're not battling, you're not rumbling, whatever. Like your opponent's just like, they just gotta have your fury, they have their furies, they have their bolts, they have their heats, so then you're like, Finale of Devastations are clunky, awkward, just out of resources. But at least with the Rocco deck, like the floor on your finales and Roccos are really high because they get you Asmo. You have like a lot of grindy potential with Rocco, Asmo, Rin and 6 Saga. I like the deck a lot. I really believe in it. Do you still like Hidden Strings and Pioneer? I still despise Hidden Strings and Pioneer, but I do think it's like, you know, still one of the best decks. Yeah. No, I don't believe that there are any retro baubles in paper, although I hope that they release them because they are really cool. Yeah, Rocco is a 3-1. Been messing around all with the Rakdos sack list. I haven't been playing with it much, no. I think that the versions we've been playing have been pretty good. I like the Rakdos like sack list I've played last time, and I don't necessarily have current ideas on how to improve it. So they're just going to hold up Lightning Bolt. It's still going to discard the Manufactor. Lot of options here. I think I kind of like just discard Shredder, cast Asmo, cast Cookbook. And then let's let them surveil, but I'd probably have to kill the Channeler because they get Delirium if I kill the Swiftspear. Then we really want to find a Daredevil, but we don't find a Daredevil, it's okay. Lots of people cutting DRC for Murktide lists. I think it's better to cut Ragavan than to cut Murktide. Or, sorry, than to cut DRC. Like, if you play Shredder and Ragavan, it's just like, I think your deck is a much less cohesive unit than if your deck is just full of flying creatures, and then you have DRC Shredder giving you a ton of card selection too. I know it's like just madness to cut Ragavan from the deck. I get it, but I think it's correct. Assuming you only want to play 12 threats, I think that it's probably better overall to play like 14, 15 threats instead. Curious reason for Cookbook instead of second Asmo there. Second Cookbook is a bit better in play. We're about to unearth the Manufactor. It's really bad if they have another Bolt though. They do have another Bolt. Okay, well, I guess now we play another Asmo. Discard the 4th Cookbook, kill the Shredder, plays Saga. Why don't you find turn 1 Ragavan, get extra mana for turn 2 Shredder, spell for when no Bauble. Listen, every time you hit your opponent with a turn 2 Ragavan, you're in good shape. Like these are not the type of games you need to plan for. Like this is not an argument like for I think playing Ragavan over DRC. Like you like I think the argument that you get to hit them with Ragavan, then go Shredder 1-drop. Like you are winning the game when you hit your opponent with Ragavan on turn 2, and then you use 3 mana worth of spells on turn 2 in any game. It's just like you're so ahead in those spots. But like DRC, I think really raises your floor. I think it really makes you more consistent overall. I think it's probably the way to go. I think I'm gonna block here. They have no cards in their hand. I think I'm going to leave the Otawara in hand to discard to save this from a potential bolt. So I think we're getting Shadowspear. Oh wow, what a chop deck. Still getting Shadowspear. Could maybe make an argument for not making a second token though, but I think it's correct. No need to attack either. We're gonna win. Effectively win next turn. Okay, up against Prowess. Probably a pretty good matchup. If they're playing my Prowess Shredder list, which they... I'm sure it's similar. It's probably not the exact 75. But I was playing no Graveyard Hate in the sideboard, because I think you can just, you know, race the Graveyard decks. Obviously, you can still play Graveyard Hate, but I think sideboard is if they have none. Still gonna bring in the Bone Shards. Probably, and Nihil Spellbomb is okay against Breach, but that's kind of like narrow. Probably going down on Time Sieve, cut one Manufactor. And then I don't know if I want to play Ending though. I don't know if I want to play Ending since like I kind of don't want to have to be concerned with fetching white mana. So I think I'll just actually play the Spellbomb. I'm gonna go blow my nose tube. Be right back. Okay, on the draw, game 2 against Prowess. With a very good hand. Definitely going to keep. Not 100% sure how we're sequencing things, though. I imagine it partially is going to revolve around what we draw on turn 1. But I imagine we're probably just going to go Otawara into Cookbook pass, then plan on Shredder Bauble turn 2. Although Bone Shards maybe changes this. I think that because we have Emry, we're pretty likely to like be able to mill over a Daredevil, so we'll just play the Cookbook turn 1. Second Channeler can be kind of scary. Relic is fine here as well. Trying to tune my Murktide 75 in preparation for Syracuse. I see many 5 lists with 1/1 split of Magus Blood Moon. Where I say the pro cons of each, I'm tempted to do 2 Magus. I've cast how much better against Besage. I think you should play 0. I think you should play 0 and play like Subtlety in those spots instead. I don't know if the list you're looking at also have Subtlety. Sometimes they do. But it's like Magus and Blood Moon just like straight up are not a good plan against 4-color Omnath. In fact, I found like the best way to beat 4-color Omnath is to just like play 4 Shredder in your 75. To be honest. Or like ideally like 4 Shredder main. Like when I was playing 4 DRC, 4 Shredder, 4 Murktide, I was like beating the Omnath matchup. Although maybe I was just getting lucky. And it's probably gonna bring a Needle for game 3. And like because Blood Moon is like not that good against the 4-color Omnath deck, and because you already have like pretty good matchups against Titan and Tron, I kind of feel like you should just play Subtlety instead. Where Subtlety is also really good at those matchups, and then, but yeah, I would probably play 2 Magus though. I would play 2 Magus if you do want 2 Moon effects. Where like I think dodging Besage is more relevant than dodging Dismember. 4 Legend Shredder top 1 of Vintage Child. Yeah, Shredder's nuts. I've been telling y'all. My opponent's about to, you know, double burn spell it. Yeah, it really is the blue Tarmogoyf, huh? So I might want to leave this Bauble and play to cast Emry for 1 mana to give me a better chance of finding a Daredevil. I think that's fine. Really want to find a Daredevil with this. Miss on the Daredevil, unfortunately. So I guess I'm gonna. I need to cast Bone Shards or Asmo. I guess I'm gonna cast the Asmo. No, the Asmo is just kind of likely to die. And you're testing what is the best shell for Shredder? Well, it's kind of a hard question, right? Because it's like, of all the decks I've played, Ledger Shredder is the most powerful in this deck. It is more powerful in this deck than it is in any other deck. But is Blue-Red Murktide a better deck than this deck? Probably yes. You know what I mean? And that's also a good shell for Ledger Shredder. So it, I guess those are your two answers. So I want to leave this in play if they don't kill my Emry. If they do kill my Emry, then we're gonna crack the Bauble. But I wanted to like make them like pop the Relic or not be able to stop me from getting back a Bauble. Has Shredder made Spell Snare good again? I mean, Spell Snare is like already like fine to play. I think Spell Pierce is probably better overall, but I'm not of the opinion that like Spell Snare is like a horrible card to include in your deck. It's always been fine. Okay, light up the stage on top. So you can go discard, Shredder. You get the Connive. Really want to dig for a cookbook. Although I guess they would get to relic it, huh? And they have one card in their hand, though. We're at 12 life. Got some food tokens to maybe gain life. Okay, relic gone. 3 cards in hand, very far away from Delirium. If they cast another spell this turn, we get to Connive. Says the Connive is Mantor, not optional. Maybe the deck should really like the looting. I don't know. Like the free looting is fine for every deck. You know what I mean? Like there's not really any deck that's like, I think going to turn its nose at a free looting effect. You know. I think I kill the Swiftspear and attack for 4 here. Opponent's got a Fiery Islet. They're dealing themselves damage. We've got more power in play than they do. I think we're winning this race. They only have 2 cards as well. Yeah, obviously the looting is better with cards that like to be in the graveyard or delve spells, but I am not of the opinion that that's a requirement for Shredder to be good. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, very clearly it's better with Ovalchase Daredevil and Chrome's Murktide. I was probably supposed to leave this back as they light up the stage, right? Yeah, sorry. I was definitely supposed to leave back a blocker. Okay, Bauble, Canal. If they cast the Bauble, we get to Connive, or I should say, when they cast the Bauble. Although maybe they'll hold it to next turn because of the Connive. Love to find a Daredevil. Daredevil's best draw. Let's go. They also found a Rolling Vortex, which is pretty bad for them, right? When they're like losing the race. All right, they have the stupid relic. So was I supposed to discard the cookbook? I guess I was supposed to discard cookbook actually. Keep making all these like little mistakes. Deck's hard to play perfectly, obviously. Oh wait, then they also did a Bauble before playing Rolling Vortex. So if they play this, they're just taking they're just taking 5. I'm at 10. I guess I died at 2 bolts if I attack with the Shredder, so we just don't attack with the Shredder. No, let's just attack with the Shredder and just like gain 3 life off a food token right now. Well, they can't activate this. So we go to 2. If they tap their Islet, they die to their Vortex next turn. If they cast their Bauble and forget, they die immediately. They have to attack, so they can't leave channel. They're back to block. I'm not sure how they get out of this. Yeah, Rolling Vortex seems like a kind of awkward card with Lava Dart, Mishra's Bauble, right? Yeah, we should win, because if they tap the Islet, they lose. If they cast the Bauble, they lose. Why would they even bring it in? I think it's just, I don't know. People tend to overrate cyber cards like Vortex too. They're learning today. Why did I cut the cyborg Fulminator Mages from this version? So in my playtesting, I found that one, Tron is like really not very popular at the moment. The Tron matchup is kind of still not favorable even with Fulminator Mages, although not very common. The Titan matchup, however, is actually like kind of favorable, where your combo is good against them and Asmo is really good against them. Or at least the matchup's not that bad without Fulminator Mages. And it felt like instead of compensating for the big mana matchups like I initially thought with this version, I think it is more important, and I think Canister and Doomweight came to the same conclusion when they were playing the deck too. But I think it's more important to compensate for hate pieces. Specifically, Pithing Needle, I think, is the hardest card to beat. Like, it's really important to not overthink it. We've learned this lesson time and time and time again. If you can play a companion, and it doesn't really cost you anything to play it besides just putting it in your deck, you should play it. You should play a companion if it's free to do so. I think I don't know that I can think of a deck where you could play a companion and it's correct not to. There probably is some. Canister says he doesn't think this deck can match up with the established top decks. Do you agree with that assessment at all? I don't think I agree with this assessment. I think that, like, especially with this version, I found this deck to be very good against 4-color Omnath. I'm like 6 or 7-0 against it. I've been winning against Murktide. I've been winning against Hammer Time. So I would say I disagree, because I've been winning against the top decks. I've had like a favorable win percentage against them. Canister's also a player I respect a lot, you know, and there's probably a bit more to his thought process than that too. Some words from Pyganti. Oh, okay. Oh. Please don't cut Ragnar from Murktide deck. Please don't cut Deers from Murktide deck. Thanks for listening to my tech talk. I don't know. I think that this is a fine stance to have. At the very least, I feel like I agree with not cutting DRC. I think that there is an argument in certain metagames for just being on all flying creatures. And to be honest, like, I evaluate Ledger Shredder and Murktide to be as powerful of a threat, you know, as Ragavan, DRC, and Murktide. You know, obviously compensating, grading on a curve for it being higher mana value, but you know, I value the card as being as good. And so, like, when if you evaluate it as being as good, then it is a conversation, and I think like that kind of like more dismissive attitude is probably not the direction you should go. Do I respect Canister's taste in music? I respect everybody's taste in music. Music is a beautiful thing. Karuga's Screaming Calibrated Blast is usually worse than not letting... Yeah, I guess like a Karuga like Screaming Calibrated Blast is kind of rough. Although it's probably correct to have it in sideboard games. Yeah, I did listen to Kendrick's new album. I'm still like trying to form an opinion on it though. I like it. I'll say I like it. But and I guess I also like probably don't want to like spend a lot of time rating it and comparing it to other albums of his. I like it, and can leave it at that. Yeah, Die Hard might be my favorite song of the album. Okay, let's attack for 3. I think I lead on Time Sieve here, because if they have Counterspell, that's fine, because we just have Emry to Time Sieve it back. Oh no, this was wrong. I needed to tap this to the Springleaf Drum. Yeah, for either blue mana. Or blue mana to yeah, this was so wrong. Alright, just pass back. Hope not to get too punished by this. Definitely a more artistic take. Are you talking about Kendrick's album? I mean, Kendrick's albums are always like super artistic. Another Asmo. Yeah, definitely messed that last turn up pretty bad. Alright, Manufactor. Discard. Could have been Minamo, saved Emry. I didn't have enough blue mana to untap, did I? Yeah, I didn't have enough blue mana. I think it's correct to just get another cookbook into play here. Cookbook's obviously worth a lot with Manufactor in play. And then if they exile either of my creatures, I'm probably going to kill it with my Asmo to return it. Although I already have an Asmo in the yard, so maybe I would only do that if they kill my Manufactor. Worth it to kill Emry with Asmo? Probably was, yeah. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Yeah, you can't always yes to Daredevil. You can always yield, but always yes doesn't work because the game kind of sees them as different objects each time. Memphis, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate you. Yeah, imagine a Tezzeret Agent Ebola song. Yeah, that was kind of the funny thing about this version that had Tezzeret in the sideboard, which was, we've talked about it to death, but yeah, Urza would have been the better 4-drop for the quote-unquote grinding matchups. Worth it to crack a clue? It's not worth it to crack a clue, I think, right now, because you have to use treasures. Like, in this spot, if you're going to use treasures to crack a clue, you might as well wait to draw a card first, because you can just spend your treasures and crack a clue at any time, if that makes sense. Pretty good pickup. Okay. I don't know that I want to play Emry and like overcommit a little too much into Supreme Verdict. I don't think I need to worry about any flash blocker on my Manufactor, but I do think that I really don't want them to Wandering Emperor my Manufactor. So let me just attack here. Tez is better than Urza in this matchup. I don't really think so. I think that like Tezzeret has the supreme privilege of being a moderately good 4-mana spell. A moderately good 4-mana spell in an era before there were very many, before there were like a ton of good 4-mana planeswalkers. But in my opinion, the reality is very much not. It's very much not the case that Tezzeret is like some amazing 4-mana planeswalker. It's just like I don't think it would be even like much stronger than Jace the Mind Sculptor in this deck. Yeah, they could Emperor now, but I kind of don't think that they have it if they let me untap like this. I am going to go kind of crazy here. I guess we actually do this main phase. Yeah, I should always get to this. Any game object enjoyers in the chat? We have 9 treasures, which obviously equates to 9 mana. I think playing Emry is overcommitting into Supreme Verdicts, but I do think we could probably now start sacking treasures for clues. It has 5 cards in their hand. They haven't done anything to me yet. Do I still have the 4th cookbook in the deck? I do. So I think it's probably fine to try to unearth Asmo, cast the 4th cookbook, do this again. This is actually mana positive to do. Cast Daredevil. I think I'd rather just be digging for Time Sieve. Because if my opponent doesn't Verdict this turn, they're like gonna lose no matter what. But if they do Verdict, I'd rather just have Dug for a Time Sieve. I have 3 more in the deck. I was like, I only have 1 clue token, but I actually have 10. I was like, there's 10 more over here. Didn't see this big pile of clue tokens. Okay, we can just pass now, I think. So we need to resolve a Time Sieve at some point, but we have 7 cards in our hand. We have millions of mana, millions of game objects, millions of clues, millions of food. And if they don't cast a Verdict, like, what are they possibly gonna do, huh? Yeah, there's no way I ever remember the Bauble trigger in paper. 0% chance. Well, I got to untap with 4 cookbooks. But you know what? If there was one thing I was thinking about last turn, if I had one note about last turn, it was that we didn't have enough Academy Manufactors. If there was one thing I would have changed about last turn. Everybody, hold on. We're going up. Sorry for not warning you. If there's one thing I would have changed about last turn, it would have been having a 3rd Manufactor in play. I think my opponent's thinking, is this going to crash the client? Let's find out. I might crash the client here, to be honest. I don't know if this is gonna. Yeah. This resolved, but it's, oh boy. Is there a way to yes to all? Can I yes to all? Because actually, it's making me click on all of these. Yeah, I think we'd have to discard a non-Daredevil card now. No, yeah, I can't. I don't think I can't auto yes because they're different objects. No, they're different objects. I can't right click always yes, but I was just wondering if there's a different button. Yeah, it's just I guess correct to not do it. Beautiful though. All right, let me actually. Let's get the 4th Manufactor in play. Where's the? It's not an exile, is it? Yeah. Let's find the 4th Manufactor. That is now what this game is about. Wait, I'm out of. Oh, here's. I was like, I'm out of treasures, but here's 10 more over here. Come on, Manufactor number 4. Okay, there's Unearth. So I could maybe go Emry. Oh, wait, do I have an Emry in my hand? I discarded it earlier. Okay. I also haven't drawn another Time Sieve. This is kind of ridiculous to like just not have found another Time Sieve. I have 3 more in the deck. Okay. Maybe we should have bobbled earlier. I'm running low on... I really want to Manufactor. Okay, I'll shuffle that away. I forgot to look at the deck. Come on, please. Dude, Ledger Shredder is so bad it's not even a freaking Manufactor. Alright, so we have to discard another We don't get to live the dream on this cookbook, but we still have one more cookbook available to us. It is actually like ridiculous we haven't found a time sieve though. There we go. But I don't care about this time sieve. I care about the fourth manufactor. This is now stipulation game. Although I might actually no, I just need it to be not the literal last card. If it's not the literal last card, it's fine. Because like I just am gonna kill them with Urza Saga tokens. Okay, so now I can go Emry. I have Bauble. Oh, I have a Bauble trigger? Right. Come on, manufacturer, please. Please. Yes! Everybody be cool. Everybody be cool. We still have one cookbook left. The good news is if my opponent counters this, we win. Be cool. We did it. Although we have only one time sieve in our hand. Alright, let's let them counter this freaking time sieve. Amazing. Yeah, they definitely have a counter spell though. Yeah.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spider.
Jacob with the 11 months, thank you. This is fun. If they have Verdict, we make a Saga token. Should be okay. I'm gonna cast some Daredevils. Yeah, in before farewell. You could probably take a screenshot. But the board can maybe become more crazy because we might get to untap. My goal is now to break the client. Dal, the gifted sub, thank you. Oh, we've got plenty of treasure tokens where this came from. Okay, that's probably enough. That's probably enough. Actually shouldn't play Shredder because I might connive my way into an L. They're casting another spell? What do they have? Drunk, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate ya. Archmage's turn, draw 2. Okay. So we're going to try not to draw any more cards this game. It's our new goal. They have to answer my Emry, otherwise I get to cast 2 time sieves. If they have Verdict, then we get to Saga token. Okay, here's the Verdict. Probably failing to find on the Saga token, even if I have something. This is a 148 Urza Saga token. Let's go and get that to 149. This is game 1, baby. No, only have 14 minutes on the clock. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Let's cast 2 Daredevils, so we have lethal. Even if they can deal with both construct tokens. Maybe cast an Asmo too. Probably good to cast an Asmo too. Okay, your turn. I have no regrets this game, whatever happens. I have no regrets. Okay, maybe I regret casting the Emry. I feel like over 2 of my time sieves. I mean, that's how we got the the 4 manufactor trigger. a pair of 146 146s. Easy. Easy. This is game 1, so hopefully no engineered explosives. Yeah, Magic is a good game, huh? Alright. Yeah, we needed an altar of the Brood as an Urza Saga target. Alright. How are we? We're only like 3 minutes behind on time. This is a... Oh, it's lagging. The game is lagging so much, though. It's lagging so much. They're going to ice another construct, I think. They're dead to any 2 creatures hitting them, or just obviously just the 1 construct. So I think I'm swinging out at them. Let's go. Easy, baby. Easy. I feel like this is screenshot worthy. Okay, I'm gonna bring in the Teferis. Every blue-white opponent we've played against today has been on like Soul Guide Lantern instead of Rest in Peace. I think I'm not bringing in Prismatic Ending. I'm gonna cut the Aether Spellbomb, Nihil Spellbomb, Shadowspear. Cut the 4th Time Sieve, 4th Manufactor. 2 Thoughtseize. Yeah, that was game 1. We're gonna have to pick up the pace, huh? Well, they're only a couple minutes behind. We can probably get ahead on clock again. Doom with 23 months. Construct not big enough. I'll do better next time. Someone, think with the 13 months. Appreciate you. Bach with 11 months. Good game, huh? That was a good game. Finally got to live the 4X Manufactor dream. Oh man, what a game. In paper, it's like a bit easier because you just like, you have 1 food, 1 clue, 1 treasure, and then you just put dice on top of them to like signify the number you have. Okay, I don't know if that's easier, but it's, you don't have to dump a shoebox full of tokens on the battlefield. Oh yeah, I think we need an Emrakul in the deck for those kind of spots. Yeah, break out the D100. I want to get the second paper, manufacturing trigger scene, total assholes. I want to judge shitting there, counting them all up. I think you'll get used to it after a little bit of time. Those games are also like really rare and they're fun when they happen. If these kind of games happened all the time, this deck would be pretty annoying. That, you know, I've played a lot of Manufactor decks. That's the first time I've ever had 4 in play and gotten a trigger off successfully. No, I don't think you want to play Street Wraith in the deck. I think with the Shredders, I don't feel like this deck is light on ways to cast Asmo. You can also cycle on Earth cast Asmo. Yeah, but if you only have 2 Shredders, you could play Street Wraith. Love to have a double Bauble Emry on turn 1. I think I have to go for this, despite Also having Thoughtseize. Like, these decks are not playing that much graveyard hate right now, or at least it's not Rest in Peace. And then this can't be ending, can't be marched. I guess it can be marched, but they have to pitch some cards. Yeah, I'm sure this will end up on YouTube. I can try to put a clip on. I uploaded a clip of me figuring out that I needed to Solitude my own Emrakul. I guess I should have cracked. Sorry, on their upkeep. But I uploaded a clip recently of me Solitude my own Emrakul in a pretty cool game. Okay. Probably want to save Unearth for Emry because they're gonna Solitude my Emry this next turn. Yeah, Solitude my own Gristlebrand in response to them casting a Conspicuous Snoop, so I didn't die to Sling Gang on top of their library, and they did have Sling Gang on top of their library. I guess let's cast this Thoughtseize and then see if we want to keep the Saga or not, because if they have like Spreading Seas, we'll just shuffle it away. They have Archmage's Charm. They're drawing Solitude, so they're missing their third land next turn. Yeah, we want to draw the Saga, I guess. And then we probably want to take the Prismatic Ending. And then probably find to play Cookbook this turn over Unearth, right? Yeah. Yeah, I want to upload more of those clips. Like if Gloom wants to do it himself, that's fine. But we were messing around with a system where he had like a bot that automatically took like the top like clip of the week to upload. But the problem was that it posted like 2 or 3 clips that were just like made no sense as a YouTube video. They were just like really out of context and like ultimately weren't. Wait, why are they solituding on my instep? That makes no sense either. Ultimately, like weren't good YouTube content. So we stopped doing that for a while, but maybe we'll return. Okay, so we should be pretty safe to go. Manufactor, discard, unearth Emry. Maybe discard Unearth Asmo because we have Manufactor though. I guess that makes sense. Could you not use that bot? I guess they have the Solitude this. Use the bot review before you upload. I could, yeah. I don't know, but it just kind of depends on like if Gloom wants to do extra work or not. Which, like, you know, we split the YouTube revenue 50-50, so you know, extra work is extra cash. 1-to-1 ratio of work to cash. Yeah, maybe we should have got the Emry. I think it's close. Like milling myself too much can be an issue in this matchup too. I guess 0.5 to 1 ratio of work to cash. Steal the Asmo. That's fine. I guess I should have killed my own Asmo. Sorry. We're in very good shape still. Yeah, they've pitched Teferi and Verdict of Solitude, so their hand is currently Ashiok. Mystery card. I guess Ashiok does turn off my Saga last chapter, exiles my Emry targets here. It's not bad. And then they also targeted me. They hit an Asmo, Emry, Teferi, another Saga. I cut my Shadowspear. Okay, so we're not going to get a search up. I guess I should just still make another token. It's almost close, though. Shadowspear add mana. I don't have Shadowspear in the deck. I can't search Shadowspear because of Ashiok, even if I did have one. Okay, they're going to chip block to save Ashiok. That's fine. They pitched the Verdict that we knew about, so their 2 mystery cards would need to be untapped White Source Supreme Verdict for us to like really be in bad shape. They minus Ashiok targeting me again. Hit another Saga. They do have a untapped white source, but not a Supreme Verdict, it seems. And then we are going to... If our Manufactor resolves, we are going to be in a spot where either Saga token should be lethal, and if their last card is a counterspell for Manufactor, we're hitting them with 2 tokens. So they would need like Cryptic Command or like Fire Ice into Fire Ice or something like that for us to lose. So we should be winning this turn. Maybe they've got the elusive Cryptic Command, huh? I guess Subtlety would be okay. None of these are very common cards, though. Okay, Fire Ice. This was on the list of ways you could get there. Fire Ice into Counterspell, Fire Ice into Fire Ice into March. Yeah, Dress Down. That's actually the likely one, huh? If they don't have if they had Dress Down, they should have already used it, actually. This is 1 construct swinging for 17. Not swinging for quite as much as last game, though. The Voyager Quill Spike? No, I don't think I've ever read Quill Spike, but maybe today's the day I read it. Very slow hand. I think I'd mulligan this on the draw. We can probably reluctantly keep this on the play, though. Can maybe play Saga on turn 1, so that on turn 3 we can go get Cookbook, cast Emry, maybe also cast Unearth and Asmo. That's probably fine. Although even though that's fine, maybe I'm supposed to just go 2 Saga tokens. 2 Saga tokens. No, well, I think I'll play the Saga turn 1. Yeah, Hard Evidence I don't think makes much sense in this list at all. I mean, I like Hard Evidence if you're playing more like Springleaf Drums and Moon Snares. I know that Canister was trying it out. I'm just not a big fan personally. Okay, well maybe we'll just draw Best Possible, huh? Then I think we go discard Emry, cast Emry. Do you think Shalai or Duskwatch Recruiter are good? I play 1 Duskwatch. Well, the idea behind Duskwatch is like this is a card that's going to win you the game when you go finale. Like the reason to play Duskwatch was so that you could win the game off of it, right? Immediately. Force Pitch Borrower up against Rhinos. Yeah, sorry, but the idea is that you could win the game the turn you go off with it, but like that's just not very necessary anymore, right? Probably supposed to play Flooded Strand actually. Maybe get Swamp next turn. Because you have a Stoneforge Mystic. Sorry, you have Stoneforge Mystic kind of does the same thing. To get your Thornbite Staff. Wow, what a Beseiju. Okay, well, I feel like we played the game decently well here. It's not the end of the world that they have these cards. Just going to cast Emry. 3 mana, though, so much. Many changes to Rectus Anvil Pioneer list. I've been liking the Anvil deck a decent amount. Like I wanted to work on the version of Rakdos Sacrifice without Anvil, because in my opinion, like there's 2 directions to go now. You're either like playing Obnixilis, Unlucky Witness as kind of your engine, or you are hold on. Cyclist, I think. Yeah, you're playing Unlucky Witness as your engine, or you are playing the Anvil Experimental Synthesizer, and I don't think it's correct to do both. But I've just liked the Anvil version more too, so I kind of want to try a different version. Yeah, 2 mana Otawara is pretty cool here. If they attack with Shardless Agent, we probably can't block because that's too likely to mean Violent Outburst. Certainly hoping we just draw Academy Manufactor and have an easy game, though. I'm going to discard Flooded Strand here, though. Okay, so we can go this turn. Bauble twice with the Minamo. then we can go Asmo, discard Emry or something else. Then Otawara for 2 mana. Dang it. So they're shuffling away the Shardless Agent on top, which is nice. Good news. If I had 1 more mana, we could try to Emry again and dig a little bit. I'm just going to see what I draw off the Bauble and then kill one of these 2 rhinos accordingly, I think. Discard this because I can replay it off the Emry. What is this? Petty Theft Miasma, maybe? Looks like it. Yeah, I guess this was the reason to... This was a reason to not do this at this speed. It's kind of fine, though. We'll probably untap the Emry, chump block the Endurance, take 6. As this deck handle Endurance? I mean, you just let the card be kind of good against you and keep playing. I don't know what I don't know, like, what answer you're looking for. Like, I don't know, like, what answer to Endurance we could possibly want to be playing instead of our current plan, right? I'm gonna try to high roll a Ovalchase Daredevil off Emry. I missed, so I think I'm actually just dead. I'm bored now because I can't double activation. But I think that we're just so much more likely to win if we do find Daredevil off Emry. I'm okay. I'm okay not just discarding my hand, killing 2 things, and like dying to the agent next turn. Yeah, rough stuff. I'm gonna bring in these Teferis and the Thoughtseizes. Like, Endurance is just, like, not that good against you. It's okay. But it's, like, I don't think a very hard to beat card to beat at all. I want to trim an Emry because it has 2 toughness. I like all the unearths, though. We just go to the 2 Emry. Yeah, 2 toughness is much worse than all the other cards that have 3. We can play 3 Time Sieve, 1 Emry. Also going to use the restroom real quick. Be right back.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike. What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Okay, sorry about that. The play game 2 against Rhinos.
It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Ash, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate you. Welcome back. I can keep this hand on the play. Pretty good hand. Needs to find a white source, though. Okay, their top card is Boseiju. So maybe that gives me my white source if they Boseiju the Saga again. Opponent's hand is just like mono Saga hate. I think I need to take the Magus. They have 2 disputes for the Teferi. If they force pitch Shardless Agent, that's fine. On the Saga token, I think we're okay with that. Don't love drawing a second Ovalchase Daredevil. We're gonna write a sideboard guide for this version. I don't know that I'm gonna be doing that anytime soon. You know, I just finished the sideboard guide for the other version, and it's usually better to have a more time between updates on the guides. Okay, so I'm going to cycle on Earth. Kind of love for them to just tap out for Boseiju on this. That would be so perfect because I get to resolve Teferi. Just have a hard time imagining them doing that. Covert, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate ya. It seems they decide against it. Yeah, so we're just going to... I guess I should have fetched on my turn because if they could force the Saga in response to Me fetching, and I could just play Teferi. Oh no, sorry. I could Besage you in response. Okay, they didn't fetch. It kind of seems like they want to Besage you this in response to the fetch. If they do that, I'm like very happy. Yeah, but it seems like they're probably just going to tap out for Shardless Agent here. Where do the articles I write get posted? Channelfireball.com. Brutal Magus. The old Thoughtseize bug. This is definitely where Jegantha comes in handy, but they can dispute my Jegantha. They have the Shardless Agent for next turn. Although this draw, this is like by far the best draw. It's like so so far away from anything else being good here. They still do have this Force of Vigor. They still have the Force of Vigor, but I think that's okay. Burning a Magus seems bad. Maybe, I don't know, we're an Urza Saga deck. Magus, we're citing in white cards. I think it's okay. Yeah, we had to Thoughtseize one on turn 1. Yeah, opponent's hand is Force of Vigor, Shardless Agent, Dispute, Mystery card. I'm going to go ahead and discard here. I think that my opponent is somewhat likely to force kill my cookbooks. I don't know. They're in a tough spot. They force kill the cookbooks, which is fine. They pitch Shardless Agent too. Why discard now instead of up the upkeep so I can hit him for more with Urza Saga? I don't know, like what I don't know what discarding an upkeep does. I'm really happy if they kill a food instead of killing a cookbook or anything else. So they have a blue mana up to dispute my Teferi. They just attack. Winning this game would be wild. Yeah, I think we just put Jegantha in our hand here too. They have 2 disputes. If they only had 1 dispute, I'd play the Manufactor. So I think we want to make sure we had the 50 come Magus turn against the mana. Yeah, I don't think it matters much. I agree since well, Besage you Magus the Moon is kind of a non-bow. Yeah, but I agree it doesn't matter much since I know I'm stumbling so much, like always. Since the Asmo has 3 toughness, this card is just like really hard for them to kill. Okay, so I can go Manufactor as my bait spell. No, I think it's best to. No, sorry. If I go Emry as bait spell, they dispute. I kill this, go to Fairy. They can just use their second dispute. So, yeah, Manufactor as bait spell into Emry. I think this is better than a Daredevil this turn. They can't dispute Emry. They can dispute one of my 2 spells here. Yes, but only 1. Oh, just pay for the dispute on Emry. Okay. Well, I guess it probably ends up being the same. Yeah. Okay. I can't believe we won that game. Can't believe we won that game. Awesome. How do I like my sideboard plan? I think I like it. Maybe it's correct to cut the last Emry, though. Do you feel like your blue-black Shadow Mark list could be improved by changes too? I think any list basically can, yeah. I just don't currently have new ideas at the moment. Maybe I want to play 1 Bone Shards because this kills Magus. Yeah, they pitched Shardless Agent to force. Okay, this hand's pretty good. Gonna keep. Shredder's pretty good in this matchup, I think. No, we haven't played the Esper Mentor yet. We'll probably play it tomorrow. Was it what anti-synergy makes it so we don't play Shredder Blue Black Merc? Oh, I am playing Shredder and Blue Black Murktide now. The thing was it didn't turn on Stubborn Denial, but I didn't like really even find Stubborn Denial to be like that big a deal, to be honest. Wait, I think we have to. Well, maybe I can get Island. I just have so many black spells in my hand. It's either Watery Grave or Island. I think I just get the Watery Grave, since like after I cast my Shredder, it's not like the Island helps me cast anything in my hand. How about I was running 2 Murktide, 2 Angler to my... I mean, if you don't have more Murktides, you can do that, but Murktide is so much better than Angler. It's like not really even a convo. I like which is better, you know. No Force of Vigor is nice. Or if they had Force of Vigor, they should have already played it. Dispute would not be nice. Although we can unearth this next turn, I suppose. Alright, that's not nice. Also, I guess we'll cycle the Bauble. And hope to not get Magist. Well, if they do Magus me here, they turn off their own blue mana. But I couldn't get a basic, unfortunately, or I didn't think I could get a basic. Although this helps me get through the moon effect. So we'll probably go cycle on Earth and try to manufactor. This is coming down next turn. It's a problem. Why don't people play Tombstalker anymore? Why would they? Why would you? You play 2 mana for a 5/5 flyer or 2 mana for an 8/8 flyer? That grows. Oh, sorry, I forgot to make a food. Dang it. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me too hard, I guess. And then I think I just tap this on their upkeep. I don't need to like use my treasure to Bone Shards this too aggressively. Hopefully they don't have like Besage. Oh, if they have Besage, I can get black mana. Just a swamp. Yeah. So they have their Footfalls coming down. I unlock their mana too when I kill this. It's kind of awkward. Let's see what we draw. Yeah. It's a good one. So I have 4 foods in play, so I can play Asmo, Ping Ping. I've already cast my second spell this turn. I'm probably okay to play the Shredder here instead of the second Cookbook, because like I can just go Cookbook, double food next turn. It's more mana efficient. Why kill Magus first? Unlocks their mana. I can't kill I have to kill Magus first if I'm going to cast the Bone Shards. My options were to just not kill Magus this turn, play Asmo, Ping Ping, which is fine. But like there's nothing like this turn that I'm really unlocking for my opponent anyways, right? Like they can't dispute this, they can't kill us with a burn spell. And this lets me cast my Shredder and use my mana really efficiently, and I'm probably gonna have to kill Magus anyways. Oh, Asmo with red? I guess, yeah. I forgot they could Asmo with red. Sorry. Yeah, that's obviously changes my evaluation. I don't know what this actually changes, but yeah, that's probably better. I don't know that it changes anything, because like there's nothing that they can have that answers the Asmo, but I guess I can't imagine that being worse. They could dispute this, but it's not like they couldn't dispute it no matter what. Yep. This view is a dead card. What is? Well, dispute. Like the only way I'm casting Shredder is if I unlock dispute. Like there's no world where I cast Shredder and I don't unlock dispute. So it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't. It like if I'm gonna kill Magus to cast Shredder, that's fine. There's no world where like the Shredder doesn't trade for dispute if they have it. Okay, 3-0. Feeling good. Okay, keep, I guess. Opponents on a mold to 6 in the blind. How did we win? They conceded after we killed their creatures. Interesting Shredder in your Phoenix list. Would I recommend cutting? What would I recommend cutting for them? I don't recommend playing Ledger Shredder in Phoenix. I don't recommend it. And I don't usually like the, yeah, I know you don't recommend it, but if you had to, what would you play? Since I don't recommend it, I don't recommend it. Maybe I was playing Blood Moon, not just playing Yawgmoth. Yeah, losing the die roll to Yogg is pretty tough. I've said this a bunch lately, but like in my opinion, the strength of playing the Phoenix deck is very much being very resilient to removal spells, and adding Shredder loses that aspect in a way that I don't think is correct. Phoenix also already has tons of like good setup cards. That makes sense. Cards that are like really good. Should I get Asmo or should I get... The Manufactor is not doing too much right now. The Asmo is pretty important. Although Asmo doesn't kill... Asmo doesn't kill Yawgmoth. It's always so annoying. When we get the Asmo. Because Yawgmoth has pro-humans. Yeah, Phoenix doesn't like need another like 2 mana set up for a powerful turn card. You already have like 8 better effects than that, I think. Save on a threat Emry. I think it's just better. I think it's better to use my mana, put another threat into play. Like if my opponent wants to go minus Grist, kill Emry, I think I just have to be okay with that exchange. I like that they drew Gilded Goose. Hopefully they can't put Emry or Yawgmoth into play this turn. Deck tech for JF. Could Waste Not be good in Pioneer? Maybe. Let's see what you got. Maybe. Nicol Bolas Waste Not. Oh boy. I think that these Nicol Bolases are just like so whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I have yet to like see these cards be impressive in Pioneer as someone who's like played with and against these cards for basically the entirety of Pioneer's existence. I just have yet to like see either of these cards feel like they're worth including. Mana cost, you know, notwithstanding, I just don't think that they're that good. I think that I'm going to... I guess I might as well attack and see if my opponent remembers this as pro-humans. And I think for Waste Not to be good, you just need to be like way more in on it than saying, I'm playing Waste Not and I have 4 Thoughtseize, I have 2 Nicol Bolas Ravagers, I have 2 Croxas, and these are the only ways I have to trigger Waste Not. I think for Waste Not to be good, you have to be enabling it a lot more. Thankfully, that one card, what's that card? There's a 3-mana Mind Rot that exiles your opponent's graveyard. Like, that card is really good in Pioneer. So if I was going to be... And it's good in these rock strategies, too. So if I was... And so, like, I feel like it seems so clean to me to, like cut the blue, play just black-red, so and the mana in, like, straight black-red decks is so much better than it is in... I think I'm just going to try to draw Time Sieve even to win like that. The mana in these blue and black and 2-color decks is so much better than 3-color decks. Yeah, Go Blank. Yeah, just like 4 main deck Go Blank, like 2 main deck Duress, 3 main deck Croxa. And I don't know. You know, I would look at every single legal discard effect in the format. I don't know that there's like a hidden gem or something that you're missing, but you know, usually when I'm building around a card like Waste Not in a format, I just look at every single legal discard effect, and I can't think of any that are like that good. Maybe Rakdos' Return is like a one of. Yeah, Burning Inquiry is not Pioneer legal. Yeah, you could maybe play 4 mana Liliana. You have options. You have options. Oh, they got Double Instinct. Barf. Oh, Davriel. Yeah, I like Davriel a lot. Davriel actually like plays pretty well. With like the discard focus shell because it's win condition and discard enabler. I like Davriel a lot. I would be playing like 0 Blood Tithe Harvester in any deck because that card's pretty bad. I think. I don't really like Meathook Massacre that much in the rock decks either. Like I don't think I wouldn't play Meathook Massacre. I'd just be playing other removal spells. Tigre's Lantern. I remember not loving that card, but it could be fine. Yeah, you could be play like 1 Shrieking Affliction, but I don't know. It seems like kind of hard to be on that plan. Like this Esper build more than Blue Blacklist. Yeah, I do like this version a little bit more right now. Feels like you don't really need the Fulminated Mages that much, and feels like the White Splash has been worth it. Obviously, it's a very small thing, and there's some nuance. All right, Time Sieve off the top. Come on. Not a Time Sieve. Would be a way more interesting card if I also had a Daredevil. I think I'm just going to go to game 2. I don't think we can pull out from the situation. Yeah, I like that. I play like 3 Davriels in that deck. Okay, Needle does help this matchup a lot. When I was first playtesting this deck, I actually had a main deck Needle. I really felt like gave me a lot of equity. They don't have much removal, so I think it's probably fine to be going down to like 1 or 0 on Earth. Probably 1. I'm probably just playing the full 4 Bone Shards. Don't think I want Ending. Like, I know the Ending, exiling their Undying creatures is fine. It's totally fine, but I think I mostly am concerned with killing their mana creatures and Yawgmoth, because I just don't know that I could afford to play like a super removal heavy game plan. Lantern. We have I think 1 Nihil Spellbomb is fine. I don't really want to play the Lantern in additional. Havoc, the 10 months, appreciate you. Alright, mulligan this hand. Don't love this one, but I think on 6 on the play, we're pretty forced into keeping. And it might actually be correct to play Urza Saga on turn 1. Although now that they have the Leyline, that's not the case. Leyline of the Void and Yawgmoth. Is that how, I guess like they probably are metagaming for the Living End matchup, but I don't see this that often. Holding this for Ledger Shredder, I think is correct. If we draw Shredder, it's so good to loot away the Emry. But running Tainted Indulgence in this deck, I really don't recommend it. I think that in these artifact-based decks, you need to be playing more synergistic cards as your card advantage sources. But if you're going to suggest Tainted Indulgence, it would maybe be helpful to suggest what card you'd want to cut to make room. Build over Needle. Oh, we milled over our Needle. Oh my gosh. Maybe I wasn't supposed to cast the Emry. I just thought I might as well put it into play. Milling over the Emry is so bad, though. Havoc, thank you for the 10 months. Appreciate you. Well, on the bright side, they killed my Saga. Alex, for the 10 months. Appreciate you. Do I think Nicol Bolas Dragon God is good in Pioneer? I don't know. I don't know if you're saying this just because I just said that I didn't, but... Alright, Shredder, save me! Save me, Ledger Shredder. Dude, if I could just... I guess I wouldn't have drawn the Shredder if I didn't cast the Emry. But, you know, I've yet to see that card do anything, I feel. Maybe run Karn as weird tech for Leyline and Rep. I mean, I would just rather Teferi or Prismatic Ending. People love to put Karn in these kind of decks. They love to play Karn because it's so versatile. It does so many things. But like you play Karn, you lose your sideboard, and Karn in a deck without mana acceleration is just pretty weak. It's just like not a strong effect at all. Very slow, very hard to protect, very hard to utilize well. Like I would play Urza if I wanted another 4-drop. Urza is also a good way to beat Graveyard Hate. But I also don't want 4-drops. Alright, would love for them to cast another spell and let me connive. They think better of it wisely. You don't want to play another land? I played my land for turn. It looks like I didn't play one because my opponent Knight of Autumned my Urza Saga, but it's turn 4. I've played 4 lands. I played a land every turn. You're saying hi to me? No investors on the phone or what's going on. If someone's here. Card and Sign of Urza playable, maybe? It's not. It's not. No Card and Sign of Urza Copium. And no, this game is still winnable Copium either. Alright, we have been playing for 4-1 all of our leagues today. Heavy Cast Giganta, Springleaf Drum, Treasure Token, or when they have Blood Moon. But you mostly just want to discard it. Okay, on the play. Game 1. With a really weird hand. I think I keep it. I think we keep, and then it's kind of tricky. I think we should just cycle the Bauble. Yeah, we can cycle the Bauble, because even if we find, we go Watery Grave, Springleaf Drum, and if we find Shredder, we can go Shredder, Cookbook, Connive. We can also cast Emry. And I think cracking the Bauble to get 2 more looks at an Emry or Shredder or something else proactive to do is pretty nice. Is Hammer Time? I think we're 1-1 against Hammer Time. We lost playing against Hammer Time the last time we were playing our 5th match. We beat it earlier today, so hopefully we can get our redemption here. Manufactor is pretty good when paired with the Cookbook. Although I'm not sure if I'm making a token next turn or not. It just depends on what they do, what we draw. And my testing has been the best Shredder shell. This has been the shell where Shredder is the most powerful, and then like the best deck that plays Shredder is probably Murktide. It is a little different. Okay, that's not a bad draw. Yeah, I feel like Time Sieve is the card I'm wanting to find here. I'm also kind of thinking I should just play. I should just get my Manufacturer down this turn. It's game 1. They're gonna have a really hard time killing it. I can crack a Clue end of turn, and I can dig for Time Sieve or Asmo to try to take over the game. Or another Manufactor would be not too bad. If they have 2 hammers, we can chump block and be real sad. 2 Paladins is okay though. No hammers is also okay. I will accept 0 hammers. I will accept this trade deal. If I was Doomwake, my opponent would never have 0 hammers here. There's not a timeline where I am Doomwake and my opponent has 0 hammers in this situation. I should probably get a second Cookbook, although I guess Aether Spellbomb plus Emry is maybe also good. If I'm Doomwake, I rage quit and start playing Pioneer instead if our positions are reversed. Yeah, let's get Aether Spellbomb, play Emry, have Spellbomb activation up, making our tokens huge. Can dig for Time Sieve maybe with this, or second Cookbook here. I think a second Cookbook's fine, but like I think Aether Spellbomb plus Emry is really good in this matchup. This gives me a lot of game against their best top decks. Okay, let's go. Sack the Clue. Asmo is not too bad here, huh? Still need to find a Time Sieve. We can go target Cookbook. Opponent says BRB. Okay. It's fine, I guess. We're going to play our Asmo, kill both Paladins, leave Aether Spellbomb up, be in a really commanding position. Are they mono white hammer? It looks like it. Or they're, yeah, it looks like they're mono white if they haven't fetched a blue source. Although them playing this many fetch lands is kind of weird if they are mono white, so I don't know. Maybe they have a Hallowed Fountain as their last card. And I feel like this is the matchup where the white splash really, really matters. I'm liking it at the moment. Although last time we played the matchup, we mulled the 5 game too and lost the match. Bounce the Sentinel first. I mean, I'll just pay for Sentinel instead of spending. So instead of spending a mana to bounce the Sentinel, I'll just pay for the Sentinel. We also can force them to chump block by attacking with our construct. Yeah, I like the Naya Rocco deck a lot too. That deck has been really fun to play and brew. That deck took me like a month to finally like get it into a functioning state too. Month of like talking about it with chat a lot. You know, it wasn't all me, but we figured it out. Okay, so I've been bringing in these 7 cards. I've been cutting the, I think, full 4 copies of Unearth. And then, what else have I been cutting? 4th Time Sieve and Springleaf Drum. I can't cut Drum because I bring in endings. Like 4th Shredder? I think 4th Shredder. Maybe Shredder's better than Emry. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. Flying Blocker is kind of relevant. Opponent will often trigger your Shredder for you. Yeah, I've never played. I can't remember the last time I played a Devoted Druid and like actually felt like I was playing the game instead of just like, you know, hoping my opponent doesn't have interaction against me. And if they do have interaction, I can't ever win. Like it's just like you're actually playing Magic with the deck for the first time in so long. This hand really needs a lot of help. I think on a mull to 5, I'll like reluctantly keep. And we have Ending Saga Cookbook. Like the first Time Sieve is okay. So like discounting this Time Sieve, like this is I would probably count it as like an okay mull to 5. So I think that makes sense to like not go to 5. If that makes sense. What's the Rocco deck? I guess I can pull it up since we're chatting about it, but I imagine you're not the only one asking. But this is a brew I've been working on for a long time. It is a Devoted Druid combo deck that tries to make infinite mana. Wait, what happened here? Where are my lands? It seeks to make infinite mana with Devoted Druid and Vizier, or Devoted Druid and Luxior Gyada's Gift. And it uses Rocco and Finale of Devastation as creature tutors for Vizier, or infinite mana, or Devoted Druid, or infinite mana payoffs for the combo. And Finale and Rocco both grab you Asmo, so like the floor on this card goes way down, where it's 2 mana, put an Asmo into play, 3 mana, put Asmo into play, and a 3/1. And then there's also a cool overlap where Renin 6 plays well with Asmo, because he gives you cards to discard to Cookbook. Renin 6 plays well with Urza Saga, obviously returning Urza Saga. And then Urza Saga can find you your Cookbook for your Asmo plan, but can also find you Gift for your Devoted Druid combo, or Viridian Longbow to win the game when you have your Devoted Druid combo. So there's like a lot of interesting overlap, and you have access to pretty cool plan Bs. You can side out of the Devoted Druid combo into like a Naya Food Blade deck that's pretty powerful. I've been liking it a lot. There's some footage on YouTube of me playing it too, if you want to, watch some gameplay. And I think that it's going to be my my channel Fireball video this week that I'm probably recording tonight, actually. Yeah, but there are some videos on my just normal YouTube channel too, if you don't want to wait for the Channel Fireball one. The Channel Fireball videos are usually like higher quality, since like I take time after the stream to record them instead of just uploading Twitch VODs, but I think it is good also to document the Twitch VODs over on the YouTube channel. Did they not want to draw a card? Yeah, I think they probably just don't know the interaction with Blacksmith Skill and Esper Sentinel, where you can respond to the trigger with the Blacksmith Skill draw card. That would be my guess. I love Rocco. Having Zerd as a companion and a combo piece were so sweet. Yeah, I like that version too. I think the Rocco version's better though, as much as I have a soft spot for the Zerd variant. I think it was also like really clear too, where we played the Zerta variant and we played against non-Fury decks. We were doing fine, and then we just played against like 4 Fury opponents in a row, and I felt like never registering Devoted Druid again. Where the Rocco deck though, like I feel like you're brawling against these decks. Like we've been beating a lot of Fury decks with the Rocco deck. Needle on Cookbook is definitely hard to beat. The Cauldron is going to be hard to beat, especially on like an awkward mulligan to 6. Although they named Saga and not I think I'll discard a card here. They named Saga and not Cookbook, which I'm pretty happy about. And I can actually like raise the Cauldron with Shadowspear on the oh, sorry, they named Saga. What am I thinking? We should just play the Time Sieve, obviously. Brains fried at the end of the stream. So I guess we just gain 3 life now. Yeah, I'm also suffering from Pithing Needle blindness. Bit strange to me that Devoted Druid is more in vogue and Heliod is never played. I don't know what in vogue means because I'm a big dumb. But Heliod Company is also, I think, I agree, better than like seeing literally 0 play in the format at this point. I agree that it deserves to see a little bit more play than that. In style, yeah, I guess that would make sense for it to mean that. I guess I'll just do this now, because if they have Blacksmith Skill, I'd rather not take the 2. You know, I think that there are plenty of decks in Modern that, like, are totally fine to play that nobody plays, and Heliod is definitely one of them. I think Heliod Humans are, like, both decks that, if you were to spend time learning them and tuning them for the metagames, you absolutely could have a winning record with them. It probably wouldn't be the best decks in the format, but people play plenty of decks that aren't the best deck in the format. It's a fairy gone. Would you recommend Dimir Shadowless as a competitive deck for greater events? I think the deck is good, yeah. I think it's very easy. So I want to discard here so I can Emry for 1 after playing Time Sieve and not Shock. Yeah, I like the deck. I'd recommend it. I think that it's very similar to Blue-Red Murktide, but it's like Blue-Red Murktide that's better against Hammer Time and better against the Murktide Mirror, which is really important. Problem with Heliod is you lose damage even with infinite life. Yeah, I understand. But it's also like, you know, Heliod was, despite it being like harder to play on Magic Online, Heliod was one of the most played decks on Magic Online prior to MH2. Prior to MH2, it was one of the most popular and most powerful decks in the format. And I don't miss it being so popular, because I actually felt like it was a very frustrating deck to be at the top of the metagame because it just like slowed games down so much, but some people liked it. Oh yeah, they could have bounced their own Cauldron. That would have been pretty good. So I'm hoping to draw a Cookbook and just win the game. Not quite that lucky. Maybe next turn. They've already used their Needle too. My CFB code is Code Spike. Where everything Storm is. I mean, Storm like had like a recent resurgence where like top 8 at some tournaments and ended up like doing it's been doing okay recently, or like more okay than it has been. If I was playing a Modern event, what now? What would I register? I don't know. Maybe this deck. Because like I feel like Modern events right now would be really full of Omnath, Murktide, Hammer Time, and I actually like this deck's matchup against all of those strategies. Specifically the Omnath matchup, I feel like like Omnath Elementals is kind of my read for being like the flavor of the month for paper tournaments, and so I feel like that would be a good deck to be on, or this would be a good deck to be on. Could they've gotten Spear for lethal? Yes. That's a very hot take, I guess. Is the hot take that the 4-color decks are the flavor of the month or the flavor of the paper tournaments? Because I don't think that that's a hot take. Oh yeah, they just missed the line. I mean, I missed it too. But yeah, like it was just like 2 weeks ago. It was all Murktide. It's in some ways it still kind of feels like it is. Just Murktide has been so crazy popular. Kind of like just Gigantha in the hand, sack the food. I don't really want to discard my Daredevil into the Relic. I'm hoping they pop the Relic now. 3 months, and then like the 4-color deck is like really has become like the most popular to kind of beat up on the Murktide, I think. Sarcasm, always undetectable. Run I dead to re-equip. I am dead to re-equip. I guess we're all just missing the lethal lines. I mean, I'm dead to it no matter what, though. Like, I don't have a line that beats the Cauldron re-equip. Okay, game 3 on the play. Kind of interested in 4th Emry on the play, although they did bring in Relic. So I guess I maybe want to bring in Needle because they brought in Relic, and Eternity with 2 months appreciate you. I'm actually gonna cut the Shadowspear. I feel like the Shadowspear is like, in theory, good against them, but this matchup is like just not about creature combat. It's about like slowing them down with removal, comboing with Time Sieve, or like killing all their creatures with Asmo. I really feel like Shadowspear is just like not where you need to be. Shards plus 3 life would stop equip plus live. Yeah, but then I'm also just like have no outs at that point. Have we been opposed for casting Gigantha as the correct play? Against Blood Moon, it hasn't happened today, but it has happened against Blood Moon a couple times. But usually you just want to discard it, which I think is totally fine to just discard. Okay, this game I think we were supposed to be on turn 1 Saga, being like really in on Manufactor and digging for Time Sieve. This is definitely one of those matchups because your opponent doesn't have that much interaction. Although they do have March of Otherworldly Light, which is kind of scary. But because they don't have that much interaction, just like being, playing turn 1 Saga, trying to go off, I think makes a lot of sense. But yeah, we have discarded Gigantha for value, like probably 3 times this stream, which just like is enough to want it. There was one game too where it was like very clearly like the deciding factor that we could make an extra food by discarding this. What's kind of funny too is like the original companion rule, you couldn't discard the companions. You would just cast them from the command zone, and like I actually like Gigantha is more powerful in this deck because you can discard it. I think if Gigantha was banned, are there any other cards I would consider? There's not really any cards in the deck that are currently keeping me from playing. Or that Gigantha is keeping me from playing, and it's basically never the case that I'm playing Gigantha over like a card I would play otherwise. There's some exceptions, and like usually when there are exceptions, it's like very close. But yeah, there's not really anything I feel like I'm missing out on, and if there was, I would just play the card. Yeah, I think I want to Bauble just to go a little deeper for Time Sieve. Obviously hoping not to die to Paladin, but sometimes you die to Pure Steel Paladin in Modern. Have I tried Vintage or Legacy? Yeah, at one point I was like exclusively a Legacy player. I've played a little bit of Vintage, but not that much. But like I played Pro Tour at the only Legacy Pro Tour you could ever play Legacy at. I did pretty well at it. I've 12-2 to Legacy GP. Yeah, I was like exclusively a Legacy player for like 2 years in Probably like 2014, 2016, maybe like 2013, 2015. Well, there's the Time Sieve. I have to chump block with my Manufactor, though. But I can go Manufactor, Time Sieve next turn. Should get close to comboing off. What legacy do I have in paper? I used to have Miracles and then most of Ad Nauseam Tendrils. I always borrowed a couple cards for it, but I had it mostly together. But then in like 2016, at the end of this, legacy playing stint, I had to sell out of my collection. I had some financial hardships, had to sell out, and I don't own any legacy decks anymore. But I've been rebuilding my Modern and Pioneer collections over the last couple years. Alright, Daredevil would be nice, but Unearth, or no, I guess I set it out the Unearths. Emry is so good here, but I think I have to discard it to the Cookbook, play Time Sieve off the Treasures. Sack the foods and the clues and the Springleaf Drum. Take an extra turn. Or really, we're not out of it yet. Why can't I? Hold on. Yeah, dude, these inputs are so weird sometimes. Extra turn. No, we don't have infinite unless there's maybe a way to get it that I missed. But here, I think we're actually gonna be chump blocking with our Shredder. Chump blocking with our Shredder, and then this Cookbook maybe lets me go infinite next turn, but I think we have to chump block this turn. Reverse Shredder type build with or without Ragavan. Thanks for the content. I don't have a definitive answer for you yet. I think that you were gonna have to I'm gonna have to really crack down and try to rack my brain and figure out exactly how matchups get affected with the different decisions, but I'm really not sure yet. It's just there's so many moving pieces and it's tough, but I think that likely with Ragavan is going to be the best build overall. It's possible going to be a metagame consideration. They have March. Just making a Saga token main phase. I don't know why they're doing this. Blacksmith skill to... Wait, what did they blacksmith skill? Targeting Pure Steel Paladin to save it. They should have killed my Manufactor. This was that was such a big mistake, right? But here I discard Needle. 5 game objects. I can go draw a card. Treasure token, second Cookbook. Discard Emry. Time Sieve sacking all the tokens. I think this is infinite. I wasn't blocking Starforge. Oh, sorry. I guess I just misremembered what I was blocking. I thought that they could have, but if you, I guess it was just the case that they couldn't. Obviously, I think they would probably have done it if they could have. Yeah, this is infinite though. We got there. Very close. Skin of our teeth. And now the difficult part is winning the game. Don't know that my opponent realizes it's infinite. Maybe they're hoping I misclick. Gets a bit easier once we draw a Daredevil. Yeah, barely got there. I mean, I guess there's a decent chance I just click on food token on accident. think they're conceding. I think this is concession lag. It is. Okay. Finally got the 4-1. Good stream today. 3-2-3-2-4-1. Obviously nothing crazy, but very consistent, very powerful. This deck has been great. Someone top 8'd the Sunday challenge with my Demir 75. Somebody got 9th place with a slightly different version on Saturday. Loving the deck. Really recommend it. Lots of fun too, especially if you're looking for something that is good into Omnath, which is, I know, been a very common question. Like, people always want to know what deck beats Omnath, but usually the answer is like decks people don't love playing, like Tron, Titan Burn, Reclamation, Lotus Field. But I think this is a deck that people will really relate to, which I think is great. I haven't rated Giglio in a really long time. Giglio's in